what's going on Team Twitter? I hope you're all super well. Welcome to today's game analysis video. Usually we do this on the rest day, which was Sunday. I've had a tough couple of days, so it means that I will be bringing this video to you guys. I try and get it to you the day after the match, but yeah, things happen and I made a different one, but that will probably be the routine for the future. So let me know if you guys want that. Otherwise, I can not do the game analysis at all. I don't really want to do it as an extra video, that it requires a lot of work. But we'll see. Let me know down in the comments or whether you want to see what I get up to in a rest day. It's not a whole lot. Again, comments, let me know. So, starting off, as you can see, I don't have my mouse, so we're going to quickly grab that while I'm talking with you guys. So, as you can see, I'm number 33 playing as a left winger. If you guys followed the last couple of games, then you'd completely understand that. So this is me just in there. So let's give this a play. We have the ball from a throw-in, and I'm just going to let the first clip play so you guys can see. Some of these you would have seen from the match video, and some are completely new that I didn't put in there. So this one, ball comes into me and my first touch is poor, so I open myself up to that defender. So on the throw-in, I should have kept my body facing back towards where the throw came from. We're talking like that, and then control the ball. But even then, I think I still had I knew the defender would come in on me, so my idea was to take a soft touch here and then flick it over his head, which would have worked out really well. But again, let's go back a slight second, and you can see my execution on the touch is poor, and that's what leads to me losing the ball. Carrying on. Here, this is much better. I make a pass, and then we're able to get out of trouble, or we clear it, I guess. If I go back, what would I have done differently? Because I feel like this could be better. I've put this guy under a lot of pressure. If I take my touch here, and I have a good touch, keeping myself in about that area, I've looked at this and I thought, look, that's going to bring this guy in, and then I can, once this player has committed, this one here, I can then pass the ball there into space for him to run onto. Or if, look, it's really unlikely, but another possible option is a ball through to there on my first touch or my second. I don't think that one's as likely. But you see, because I pass it straight away, we'll give it a quick play. This guy, I'm pointing with my finger, this guy can immediately go to press. So I didn't affect him, and I made it very difficult for the player on the ball. Simple stuff. Hold on to that ball as long as possible. Some of these I might not stop. It depends what I want to touch on and what I don't want to touch on. Here, I think this was good. I was thinking maybe I could have gone down the line, but you have a look at this and we're able to switch the play and then nearly create something from that. And that's the sort of style of play that I need to get back to. It's just that. So here, I've come inside because I haven't been getting the ball much. You can see this is me in here, and I'm not affecting the game right now. I need to create space for the striker, for somebody else. So if I just stay there, I'm not doing anything. So I decide to, well, I do actually decide to stay there, but simply because this guy's running across, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay still. I'm gonna go back a little bit because that's an interesting decision. I think I've checked my shoulder and I know that I can turn left. Actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase. I remember this. So see how I check my shoulder at that point there? I see that the striker's a clear passing lane for the centre back. So I think, you know what? I'm just going, if this comes to me, I'm just going to let it pass me and go to the striker. So you can see I could have taken the touch there, and maybe it was intended for me, maybe it wasn't. And then I make my run behind the player. So let's look at that again. You just need to be aware of where your attackers are, and then I go forward with it. Now this one, I'm going to let it play, and then I want to touch on it. Poor. Very, very poor. So if we go back, Jay's Snapchatting me. Good old Jay. How's he going? We need to catch up with him soon. Here, on this first touch, I need to recognize that my winger is wide, and I can play that ball because it's very difficult to break through the lines here. So there's nothing for me there. At that point, I should pass the ball out to this player here, and that's what's going to give us the best opportunity to score, or at least put him in a 1v1 situation to go forward. And at that decision, I thought maybe I can try and beat him, and then I didn't quite realize that other player was coming. Just poor. Touch out, play it, get the ball moving. Simple stuff. Where are we? Oh, I'm on the left. Oh no, yeah, so I'm here. I remember forgetting where I was. So there's the ball. This was on the match day video as well. Get the ball, we go forward with it, and look, for this player, I'm making the run, and for him, he definitely should be taking that forward, and that gives him a ton of space. I understand the decision he made, but if he can attract this centre-back in, maybe he might even have an opportunity to beat the centre-back there. Now we're in a 2v1, but with the decision he made, you know, maybe if he kicked that ball and it went as he would have liked, then it would have been a perfect ball for me in behind. So that happens, and then I went to anticipate this one, just missed out on it, and then here, you know, I don't think I can do much else, because you try and put yourself in the best position to receive the ball, and then I just miss out again. Now here you can see I'm moving, and watch this little movement off the throw-in. See how I touch him? I don't do it as forcefully on this one, and we'll get into it a little bit later. I push away, and you can see that I have 2 meters on him. And this is one where it just needs to go straight back to the thrower. I've given myself space. First time, back to the thrower, and then open up down the sideline to then create an angle. I end up losing it, and then here, the ref said that he won the ball, which he did, but if you have a look, he doesn't go in for a tackle really, and then he stands his ground and I go down, and like, because I couldn't touch the ball, there was no way I was going to win it, and then something happened pretty much the exact same a couple minutes later, and he gave a free kick. So, you know, for me that's a free kick, because he stopped me from progressing without really challenging the ball too much. But you know what, it's whether it's a foul or not, who cares, let's move on. I don't want to sit and dwell on these things, like, so be it. Here I see an opportunity to keep the ball and progress us, so I go forward, and now we can counter attack. We've just come away from a corner, and now I'm going forward. I'm going to let this play for you guys, have your thoughts on it, have my thoughts. So we play, and then I want to stop it there and go back. So at this point here, I've already decided I want to go inside. Now I have a couple of options here. This is a possible pass into there for this player to run onto. That's a possible pass. Another possible option is down the line. I should be taking this down the line, because this guy's going to come with me and I'll be in a 1v1. What I've done is effectively put myself from a 1v1 into a 1v2, 1v3 sort of situation. I'm taking the ball from where the ball came to where the ball is, if that makes sense. So we've got it over to the left hand side, and I've gone, you know what, I'm just going to go straight back into the traffic. So those are my 2 options that I see, into there for a pass or dribble down the line and create space for myself. But you see, doing that, look, I've just ran into traffic and there was no need for that. Simple little decisions in my head that didn't even have anything to do with 1v1s. It was literally recognize where the space was, and I didn't. Then it was a quick reaction, so that's the other thing I want to touch on here. I've lost the ball, and I've lost it. Now I'm in a reaction, I'm pushing, he's grabbed me, I grabbed him a little bit, and then I get a toe in and we win the ball back. So if you ever lose the ball, it's about that reaction. How quick can you win the ball back for your team? Out on the left. Oh, here, so the header, and then he has a touch, and I want to go back to that, and I'll go back so you guys can watch the whole thing. So what I should recognize here is, from a header, he's not going to be able to really get it into this area. If I put myself just another meter, especially in this style of game where the ball's in the air a lot, you guys don't get to see the full match, but if you did, you would see that the ball goes in the air a lot. And if I can position myself in the best way to receive those second balls, which I always try to do, then I will have more opportunity to get it and go forward. So this one was simply, if I'm just a little bit further forward, then I can receive anything in this area, and then anything in that area is mine, because he won't be able to get it. And it's just literally positioning myself for the second ball, which I didn't do. Simple as that. So there's a lot of things that I need to take in for the next match and next couple of training sessions. Oh, this one. So yeah, I should recognize this straight away. If the goalkeeper's kicking, you can see the ball, it's just up here. Whoops, I don't want the rubber. You can see the ball, it's just up there, and he's kicked it straight, so it's going to land here. There's not much point me standing here, and especially in like this situation where the centre-backs are so high, my run should be behind him, or whichever way, staying on side to then see if the ball goes there. because I caught onto it, but I was way too late. You'll see I make my run. Let's go back a little bit. Goalkeeper kicks it. You'll see I kind of catch onto it, and I catch onto it there, but I was too late in recognizing it. And if I did, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Here, this is the sort of thing, like this is just back to my normal self. This is a small glimpse of the real Sheldon, I would say. You know, playing freely, playing with confidence, keeping the ball, switching the ball over to the other side. That's the Sheldon that I know, that I don't know if you guys know, but you know, I just need to get that back into my game. Simple as that. Here, ball comes in, and this is the sort of 1v1s that I'm talking about. Some of you guys said, Sheldon, you need to be more physical. Sheldon, you need to put your arms up. If we have a look here, I want to take that back. We're going to watch this frame by frame together. So I received the ball, and my first instinct was, I want to take a touch and hit this. But what happens? Oh yeah, so I see that guy coming in. I'm like, well, it's too long. There's no chance I'm going to be able to hit it, regardless of what sort of touch I had. And so I'm like, okay, I'm faced with a 1v1. Now, look at my decision making. What I do is, all I do is take it to the left, right? And watch his reaction. So I'm straight up. I drop the shoulder, drop the shoulder, drop the shoulder, drop the shoulder, keep going to the left, keep going to the left. What would have been great right now is to miss the ball and not take it to the left and go to the right. Because all I do here, I didn't fake him at all. I did not sell him a move. I didn't sell him in a direction. All I did was, hey mate, I'm going this way. And he came with me and won the ball. He's going to, because that's just, he was able to get in front of me because he could read what I was doing. So it's simple as that. And then he gets his arm in front of me, of course, because he has the positional advantage, I would say, to then win the ball. I need to sell him, whether it's dropping the shoulder one way and going the opposite, doing a scissor, whatever. I need to do some sort of move, because just doing this isn't enough. Like that's not going to help. If you watch Messi or anyone, they drop the shoulder, even if it's just a small drop of the shoulder to put the player off. Like, this is what frustrated me. It was just like, you know, nothing, no movement. You're not going to sell anyone with that at all. Live and learn though, live and learn. Here, I make the run, and it was a good run. I just didn't quite time it. I'm not going to touch on that. I thought he was going to play me to feet. He thought I was going in behind. Mixed communications, but it's all good. Here I'm out on the left wing. I should be higher. Again, I touched on this last week. If I am up in this sort of line, maybe I would have got that ball. And I guarantee you I would have been in a better position to receive it, because right here, if I'm like even in line with this guy and standing in this position, now there's the opportunity for the ball over the top. So, you know, it's just about making sure that I'm always aware of my positioning as a winger. And some of you guys say, Sheldon, you're more effective as a 10. I agree with that. I think I'm more effective as a 10, but if the coach thinks, Sheldon, we need you at 7 or we need you at 11, then that's where I'm going to play. This is one where creating space for your teammates without the intent to receive the ball. I had some sort of intent to maybe receive this, but I thought, in the back of my mind, I was always thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to drag someone in or create space for someone else out wide. So you can see I'm checking my shoulder, I'm kind of asking for it, but I'm not really. And by doing that, we then can go forward on the other side. And if I didn't make that run, we couldn't have gone forward. And sure, we lose it, but it's created an opportunity for us there. Oh, this one does my head in. We spoke about this in the game, and I want to touch on it again. Have a look at my body shape. That is probably the worst body shape in the world. I should be facing to see that. Wait, no. I still need to be able to see. Okay, so I still need to be able to see the ball, but right now all I can see is that, right? I need to be able to see that and pretty much that, which you can do just by a simple shift so that I'm sideways there. And that's going to allow me to see the defender, but on top of that will allow me to control with my left foot, because now we got all sorts of possibilities. I take a touch here, I feint to go inside while this defender's coming, and bang, I'm down the line for a cross. But that's, of course, if I drop my shoulder or some sort of skill. These are all little situations that could happen. But yeah, just really poor body position and poor first touch, and we get into another clip of that later on. Just poor, man. Poor. Body position, something I need to work on for sure. I try my best to always think about it, but sometimes you kind of forget, and you know, it's not good enough to forget. Making the run, this isn't much. This is the exact same thing. See how I control with my right, I don't even control, and that's what puts the whole thing off, because I'm trying to make the ball go just slightly. So it's going this way, I want it to go like that, and the only way I can do that is with my left foot. So with my right foot, it's not gonna happen, no way, man. And then I do the exact same thing. I just cut him without trying to sell him anything. And then I end up winning the ball back, but Sheldon, settle down. Settle! Just the simple pass. We've just won the ball back, let's keep it. That should be the mentality. But I don't even know what I saw. Maybe like this pass, and I just rushed out. I was frustrated. I was in the moment of, oh, I've lost it. I should have scored. And, you know, sometimes emotions get the better of you. And when that happens, this is exactly what happens. So, yeah. Need to work on it, 100%. It's good. I'm seeing all my mistakes. I'm learning from them. And hopefully you guys are able to learn from them as well. Oh, I think this one is good. This is displaying my strength, the ability to get in front of the player. So here, I get in front of him and get my arm up, push him off the ball. And see how he nearly falls over? And that guy is a strong player. And we're able to switch it over to the other side. That's about getting the arm up, getting the body in front of the ball and the player, and then we can play. Here, I think I was extremely tired. Yeah, this was when I was dying. 70th minute or so, I was like, oh man. No, not 70th, I think 65th. Here, you can see me checking in, and I just really wanted to affect the game. We had, I think we're 2-0 down. It's like I'm trying to create something. We weren't really playing the football we would have liked. And, you know, I should be calling for this, because if I can get this here, now we're looking at a switch ball and we're across to the other side, away from all this pressure, which, you know, if we look back here, you can't quite see, but look, on this side of the field, like 90% of their players, there's one guy there and maybe the right back over there. So, yeah, I should be calling for this ball right about now, asking for it, but I wasn't loud enough. I was kind of just running, and he doesn't look because he doesn't hear me. And then again, I should be yelling at him right here. This is the sort of one, if he chips this, if it's a chip, if it's a straight pass, now we're through over to the other side and we're going to have an overload. This was when I moved into 10, by the way. I just feel more comfortable in my positioning, everything. They're just putting him off a little bit and didn't really work. They managed to get it to their striker. I'm not going to stop this one. This is sort of the same thing. I didn't sell him anything. All I did was that, and, you know, he grabbed me and pulled me back. Ref didn't call it, so be it. No excuses. I didn't sell him hard enough. I didn't create something, so that is what it is. Here, this is me here. We got 2 more clips to go, by the way, guys. I've recognised in my game, I'm not going to win headers. Especially in this team, we have players who can win headers better than me. So why would I stand anywhere in the impact zone unless I'm going to maybe win a foul for us? And I think, well, you know what? I'm just going to drift away. I noticed everyone was on that side of the field. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drift away here. And I can guarantee you it's probably going to come into this area and I'll have a ton of space. So the ball plays. I'm like, okay, I got a heap of space. And then it does come to me. And here, you'll see how I go to reach for it? What I wanted to do was a little chip over this guy into that space for him to run onto. Because this guy, look, he doesn't look the absolute quickest, and this guy is quick, and he's going to get there. Simple as that. But let's go back slightly. You can see with, I don't know whether, is it a poor touch? Oh, yeah, poor touch, sort of. I can't really break that down. Yeah, I'd say a poor touch. The ball just gets away from me. Misjudgment of the ball. That's what I was judging between, whether it was poor judgment of the ball or poor touch. It's a bit of both. And so with that, that's where I wanted to hit it, and I couldn't. I was like, man, now that option's cut off. Maybe I could have done a little ball into there. It's always a possibility. Decide to take the shot instead. So let's watch that back in full. Ball goes there. What up? Next one.
Wait.
Corner. I'm not a huge fan of corners from this side, especially when I'm using my right foot, because I like to curl it, and you can't really get that curl, but you know, it's an okay ball. It goes to our biggest player. It's a plus, and then they get a free kick for that somehow. Sorry, we have 2 more clips to go. 2 more clips now. Here, this is the push off I'm talking about. See, I push him, and this should be a lot harder because the ref, look at where the ref's looking. He's never going to see that. So if you give the guy a good push, you get a distance on him, because look how much I get on him now. Again, 2 meters. And I know that he's right behind me. And the thing is, I know how he's going to react to that. I know he's going to be angry with me for pushing him. So what do? I take my touch off to the side, because I know he's going to want to smash me. So by taking it off to the side immediately, that's just ruling him out. And then I try and go on a little run. Actually, I want to touch on this and then we'll leave it. This was the touch that killed me. So this is the Iniesta move. And then I practiced this in yesterday's video, I think it was. And that touch, see how that touch goes towards him? If that touch comes towards this area, then I'm away. But poor touch, poor move. Yeah. Yeah, last bit of the game. This is where I'm as a 10. That's me in there. My positioning, as soon as we win the ball, that reaction. Now I'm looking to create space for the team, and there it comes. Let the ball roll across me, and bang, over the top. And then put him in a 1v1 situation. So that's going to conclude today's video. The analysis, again, let me know down in the comments if you guys want it only 10 minutes, if you enjoy the longer ones, the 22-minute ones, 25 minutes, whatever. Or whether you don't want to see an analysis at all. Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, Team Tweedy, a lot to learn from there. A lot of mistakes, which are great. It is great for me to learn from, and I'm looking forward to the future. So anyway, Team Tweedy, I'm signing out. Make sure you like, subscribe, to join the journey. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.